Hello, sixth graders. This is seventh grade, 5 a day for week 1. I apologize for the very fuzzy copy of this, but here we go. Number 1 for Wednesday, use the meanings of the root and affix to define the word, then provide a dictionary definition. So you have docile, dos meaning teach, and ile meaning capable of, being like. So my definition using those two clues, docile means capable of being taught. The dictionary definition, though, is ready to accept control or instruction, submissive. So that would be something like if your dog is docile, it's ready to learn a new trick. Number 2, 5 words that contain the root or the affix, so it can come from either one. So I did a couple here: document, doctor, and doctrine, using the doc word root, and then futile and fragile using the ile affix. For number 3, which of the following might someone be persecuted for? I forgot to write the definition here, but persecuted means that you can either, because of something that you believe or something that you are, that people go after you. So stealing from a store, not necessarily, that's, you might go to jail for that. Belonging to a particular ethnic group. So yes, we do see people that are persecuted for belonging to a specific group, something that they don't have any control of. C, having different beliefs. Yes, in history, we've seen lots of different groups of people who have different beliefs than other groups of people being persecuted for that. Or D, driving without a license. No. Again, you might go to jail for these, but persecuted usually means that you're driven out of some place or possibly even killed. So for number 4, add commas where needed in the sentence. However, comma, he was a spoiled, comma, obstinate child. And number 5, choose the antonym for the following word. So an antonym for divulge would be conceal. A synonym here would be disclose. Divulge means to tell. So if you're going to do the opposite of that, you're going to conceal it. Now for Thursday, number 1, select a word from Monday, number 2, that has the best connotation to complete the sentence. So remember, on Monday we had, for number 2, elegant, ostentatious, and fine. And again, because it is somewhat subjective, I chose most people would gawk in disbelief at his ostentatious clothes and car. So very showy, very flashy, over the top. Number 2, identify if the adjectives in the text are coordinate. If they are coordinate adjectives, add a comma. If they are not coordinate adjectives, label them NC for non-coordinate. So the way you can figure out if these are coordinate is if you place the word and between the two adjectives, would the sentence still make sense? The kind and compassionate students raise money. Yes. If you reverse the order of these, does it still make sense? So the compassionate, kind students raise money for the animal shelter. Yes. So if you can do those two things, they are coordinate adjectives. If you cannot do that, so if you cannot put an and here, if they don't make sense by putting an and here, they're not coordinate. If you cannot reverse them, they're not coordinate. Okay. So again, more on that in 7th grade. For number 3, we've seen this before. Circle the definition that matches the word used in the sentence. So she has a lofty way of speaking that made others feel inferior or less than. So she doesn't have a tall way of speaking. She doesn't noble in feelings or high ideals. That's something that she might be, like if we were describing her here. However, we're describing the way she's speaking. So that means she's showing a superior attitude. And the clue here is feel inferior. We see superior here in the definition. That's how we know that's the right definition, that she has a superior attitude, which makes everybody else feel less than her. For number 4, identify the following. If it's simple, compound, complex, or now in 7th grade, we add compound, complex. So we went to the movies last night and we really enjoyed it. So you have your coordinating conjunction here. You have an independent clause. We went to the movies last night. We really enjoyed it. That's your other independent clause. So that makes this a compound sentence. Just so you know, a compound complex sentence has 2 or more independent clauses, like what we see here, and 1 or more dependent clauses attached to it as well. So if you have both of those, then that makes this a compound complex. Gets a little bit trickier. And at number 5, choose a matching analogy. Ravenous and hungry. So this is a